I'm not a lone wolf, and I don't think you should be either. In the self-improvement community, I go online and I see some posts. A lot of posts say the same thing. People are untrustworthy. I'm a lone wolf. I'll make it to the top alone. I disagree. We as humans, we are social animals and we heavily benefit from one another. The early humans who survived were those who were in the tribes. Did that rhyme? The early humans who weren't in the tribes, the weird autistic ones who got kicked out of the tribe, they didn't survive. You could not survive against the saber-toothed tiger by yourself because there is huge value in being part of a group. Now, I'll be honest. Being a lone wolf is better than being in a bad tribe, having bad friends. We all understand crabs in a bucket. The short version of that is that people will bring you closer to where they are. And if you've got friends who are well below the level you want to be, spending time with them will bring you down to their level. But the best case scenario is to be popular with people who you aim to be like. And I feel popular because of you guys. I check my phone and I've got messages on WhatsApp, I've got comments to reply to each and every day. Like every single time I check my phone, I've got a comment, and all of that is what I consider high value friends. It's people who are on the same path as me, the same tribe as me, with the same goal as me. Not being the lone wolf and having quality friends serves as a positive feedback loop for your efforts. I work hard, I work smart, and you guys comment saying that the videos help you. Well, that motivates me and makes me feel better about the process, that now I'm more likely to go and do it. So each and every time that my tribe likes my efforts, I'm more likely to do it. So that means that I'm getting a major benefit to my life by not being a lone wolf. So I thank you for that. I thank each and every guy that has been commenting, or girl as well. I thank each and every one of you who have been commenting and just letting me know, even if it's constructive criticism, all of that serves as a feedback loop for me to continue this journey. So I'm grateful to have you in my life. I got thinking about this topic of the lone wolf and I wanted to give you my life story. So I'm just going to talk for a while. You can sit back and relax and just listen to this sexy motherfucker just talk about his life. Kind of similar to a video I've done, but we're going to aim it specifically to friends, group, the tribe, the lone wolf feeling. We're going to start in high school. I felt pretty popular and I felt like I had friends, but when I look back now, I didn't have a tribe. I didn't have friends to grind with. And I remember that was something that I had an obsession with that. I really wanted to find people to level up with. Most of that intention that I wanted was to level up in RuneScape, this online MMO RPG game that I used to play. I wanted someone to create a new account with me, both of us be like the same level, dress in the same way, and then we'd go kill noobs together. When I think back now, it's like I have always wanted a tribe. I've always wanted other guys leveling up with me. Like that part's actually specific. I've always wanted guys who want to make progress and level up. And I didn't have that in high school, at least not in real life. The friends I had they were nice people, but they weren't people who I'd ever level up with. I'd do real life things to actually be better with. College was kind of similar. At the beginning of college, I mentioned this in a previous video, I was hit with some loneliness, some awful loneliness. I felt like I had zero friends. When I would have free time from my lessons, I'd literally just bike home. I don't live too far from the college, so I'd literally just bike home and then just literally sit around for like 15 minutes and then just go bike back because I didn't want to sit by myself inside college. I didn't have a tribe. I was the lone wolf then. Do you want to know how the lone wolf feels? He feels shit because we're not supposed to be the lone wolf. We're not supposed to be the solo guy who does it all because we are social creatures. And when you're stripped away from that social life, you don't feel human. You feel like subhuman. You don't do anything. It was like I was in a state of apathy. I didn't do anything productive. I literally would just sit around all day as if I had major depression symptoms. I probably did. And then university came around. This was the first time that I officially did not feel like a lone wolf ever, mainly because of boxing. And it's interesting how a male-dominated club that involves, that brotherhood feeling of literally punching each other in the nose, it's interesting that one group eliminated the feeling of the lone wolf, the loneliness feeling in my mind completely. I joined boxing and got like a name of myself. People knew me and I became so much more social because finally, first time in my life, I had guys who actually wanted to level up in the same thing as me. When you go to a boxing club, you all want to get better at boxing. That was like an addiction for me. I have, by the way, before this, I had done some weightlifting, but, you know, by myself, just lifting in some weights and trying to get biceps. But before that, I was never a sporty person, especially cardio, especially things that involve footwork, because I've got like fucked up knees and ankles. And yet here I was boxing, and I would do extra boxing sessions. I began to lead some of the boxing sessions, and even when there was a day where we didn't train, I would have guys over to train with me anyway. What that does for a young guy, what that does is, it is amazing. It genuinely feels like a primal feeling, like you've got a tribe. It's so powerful that I used to wake up and feel like I was stronger. I used to wake up and feel like I had brothers, I had backup. And that it was an amazing feeling. And then the downfall. After I graduated from uni, I got real close to my girl, moved in, literally had one friend that was my girlfriend, smoked weed all day, didn't speak to any of the boxing friends, didn't speak to any male friends, any form of brotherhood. It was non-existent. I was officially the lone wolf with his bitch at the side. That's the worst I've ever felt in my life. That is the worst I have ever felt in my life. When I started working some jobs after I graduated from uni, I was then surrounded with people who I didn't fit in with at all. I was into self-improvement, I was into working hard. Here's a picture of what I look like. I had a sick physique. You can tell I loved the gym. Imagine that in 3-4 jobs, not a single person liked to exercise. Now, I worked some shitty jobs. I worked customer service, and you can imagine the type of people who work customer service desk jobs are not exactly healthy, fit people. I'm not even like being mean to them. They're actually really nice people. They were polite people, nice, but definitely not something I could consider brotherhood. And also because all the jobs I worked were quite feminine, they were quite female dominated. Of course, I wasn't going to have some kind of brotherhood feeling. Here I was, the self-improvement lone warrior, waking up at 5 a.m, meditating, leaving early, like leaving my place at about 5:45, getting to work, going to the gym that was inside work, smashing a workout, doing the work shift. When it's lunch break, go back down to the gym. Didn't even want to waste time, 5 minutes getting changed. I would literally just go to the weights room and just work out with my shirt on, my jeans on, to be extra efficient. Finish work, come back home, and this is when I started making the first videos that are on my channel. You guys might know that I became consistent and I started using YouTube properly in May of 2020, but the first videos that I actually uploaded were in about November of 2019. I was living the ideal self-improvement person's life. I was waking up and meditating and even having cold showers. I was going to the gym twice a day in between my lunch break, lift, eat, sleep, brave, whatever the fuck it was. Eat, sleep, lift, repeat. I was doing that, the ideal day, the ideal lone wolf, and I hated it. My life has never been so bad. Not having brotherhood, not having friends, not having a tribe doesn't make you feel, you don't even feel human. Like, at least for me, I felt like I was just wandering through life. That life was just happening to me and I wasn't happening to life. That I was just an entity in this world and I wasn't connected to anyone else. I've been the lone wolf for periods in my life and it's never been as good as the people say. Even though my productivity was higher and I was waking up at 5:30 and that's so like YouTubeable, isn't it? That's so marketable. Like, hey guys, I was waking up at 5:30 going to the gym. Like, no one cares. When you're depressed, it doesn't matter what else you're doing and you've got no relationships. You're failing. It doesn't even matter if you're going to the gym and you've got the physique and stuff. None of that matters when you don't have brothers to actually big you up and, talk about your physique and to train with. None of it matters when you aren't happy with your life. Worst period of my life, when I was a lone wolf. And now, I think I'm the opposite of the lone wolf, the complete opposite. After making this channel and really, really working on it, getting the coaching clients, each and every day I'm having at least a 1 to 2 hour conversation with people who we have this feeling of brotherhood, like we're in the same tribe, we're helping each other with problems, and I'm learning so much from each and every guy. It sounds cringy, but I don't think I'm the lone wolf anymore. I kind of feel like I'm the leader of the pack. It's like I'm paving the way, the direction first. I'm going there first, trying it out with my best, and then coming back to report to you guys what it was like and how you guys can do it too. I can't explain how good that makes me feel, that not only do I feel like I've got a tribe, I feel like I am leading the tribe. The amount of responsibility that has been put onto me has been so empowering and something I'm so grateful for. I never thought I'd say I'm grateful for responsibility, but here I am. It makes me feel loved. It makes me feel influential, like I'm a leader, like what I say actually is valuable. That I am the leader of the pack, I am at the front of the pack taking the brute force of whatever life is throwing at, so that I can come back and just tell you guys, okay, this is what I did, this is what happened, here's my learning lessons, I hope you guys can do better than I did. And if you're watching this, I don't want you to ever consider yourself a lone wolf. I know that it seems marketable online, it seems really cool, and you can post those cringy pictures on Instagram that those people post, like, oh, the lone wolf, whatever. I want you to consider that you're part of my pack. You're part of my tribe. We're not physically next to each other, but the fact that your brain can be influenced by what I say when I'm sat here in my dining room with my little ring light and my phone and my laptop, and when I upload these videos, the fact that your brain can be influenced by what I say, and you could use that influence to change the decisions that you were going to make, is so powerful. Because what is a tribe, what is a wolf pack, if not the power to help and to lead and to influence each other? Your decision making, your habits could be influenced by me. And you could be in a different country. If you're one of my coaching students, it goes even deeper, because we speak on a one-to-one basis. It's not just that you're getting an influence of me making the video. We are literally part of the tribe. We're like almost speaking like we're friends. We're talking about your specific issue, and I'm saying, oh wait, this issue, I had something similar, and this was the mindset that got me out of that. And you are directly getting to learn and to benefit from that. That means that we are part of the same pack. We are in a tribe together. We have a social circle that covers the globe, and I cannot explain how grateful that makes me. All right, video is 17 minutes long, so it's going to be edited down to about 12 minutes, which means that most people have clicked off. Boys, it has been a while since I have done one of these segments. You know what time it is. Only the real boys remain, and we can speak unfiltered about life and shit, so let's go. I have quite a few points that I actually wanted to talk about. Let me add one more, because I thought about that just before. Life recap on me. Life feels fantastic, and that is due to self-improvements. Everything I've learned about self-improvement that I've been preaching to you guys, I've been using it in my own life, and every week, every month, it's like I can look back and see how much progress I've made, and it's insane that this is something that's real, that you can actually just, with some hard work, change what your life is like, change what your brain feels like, change how happy you are. It is insane. Like, obviously it's common sense to most people, okay, work hard and get results. But to a guy who has pretty much never worked hard in his life, who is now working hard and seeing results, it's like a mind-blowing concept that, oh, like, none of you people who said work hard were actually lying, that if you work hard, you actually get some results. It makes life amazing. 8 months it's been since I've been 100% committed to my self-improvement, and it's like a 180 with everything. The level of respect that I have from people around me, like my family and my friends and even girls, they can see the person I have become. It's like I've matured so much, and that is definitely thanks to you watching this right now, because of what I just said. Me doing these videos, replying to you and giving advice makes me feel like the leader. It gives me some kind of level of responsibility, and that responsibility has really matured me. I feel like I've become a pretty mature. I'm 23 years old, and I honestly feel very mature for my age. 8 months ago, definitely not, but now I feel pretty mature, and it's an amazing feeling to have. I mentioned this before in the video that I actually feel popular. I think in my life I've had this feeling twice, and the first time it was due to instant gratification. I mentioned this in my life story video, the 6-year self-improvement video. I'll have like the little link come up. I mentioned it then that when I went into university, I actually felt popular. One, because of boxing, which was the nice feeling that I mentioned here, but mainly because so many people started to know me, because I was just going out a lot. I was going to clubbing and partying, and I was having the parties at my place. And so getting popular due to instant gratification, it's still nice. It's a nice feeling. You do feel social and you've got loads of friends, but we all know how that turned out. It's not real friends. It's not real popularity. The moment the substance is gone, so, you know, the party environment's gone, suddenly no one's your friend because they were all there for the party. They weren't exactly there for you. That's, you know, how it was after university. It's not even a sad story or whatever. That's just, I drifted away from the people who wanted to keep partying all the time. Honestly, I'd still party, but I think it was the particular vibe. If you're in the UK, you know the type of party I'm talking about, the 7 a.m. Ket and Coke, and you know what I mean. So not the type of vibe that I'm in anymore. So now I feel popular, but it's for delayed gratification. It was a moment, it was about a week ago where it was 11 p.m. I woke up and I checked on my phone, and it was like I could literally scroll down on my phone of the notifications I had received. And all those notifications, they were not like basic conversations. They were not, you know, basic texts from girls or some shit. It was from guys like literally messaging saying like, yo, I'm trying to exercise. Can you give me some workout advice? I'm trying to do this mindfulness meditation. Can you help me with this? Oh, thank you for your videos. You've helped me. Do you know what that feels like when that is your notifications for the day? That not only does it feel like I'm popular because, you know, I've got enough people in my social circle, but that the people who are here because they are finding value in the things that I'm doing. I feel like I'm helping people. And the positive feedback loop from that I do, you know, I put in the effort, it gets uploaded online, and then people say it's nice. And then when people say it's nice, I feel good about that. That positive feedback loop, this circle, has been so strong, because the moment I feel good reading someone's comments, I feel validated, like my efforts have been validated. And yeah, you know, don't get validation from other people, whatever, but it's a nice feeling to have, and that fuels me for ongoing effort. So it's amazing. Once again, I have to say that I'm grateful that people take the time out of their day to just comment. And just the simplest thing, just say a nice video, it's like it gives me that little bit of validation, of dopamine, that motivates me to continuously make more videos like that. I've replied to literally 100% of those messages, and even emails as well, that I get quite a few emails because I mentioned my email address in the full self-improvement guide. So every week or so I get like a long email from someone telling me their life story, saying thank you for my video, and then asking me for individual personal advice, which you can do right now as well. In cases you haven't done that, here's my email address. Send me your life story and then I'll tell you, you know, my advice based on what you tell me. Just that, what I just said, is powerful. What we have here is powerful. We are a network of young men who are just trying to make it, and we get to learn and benefit and get value from each other. The fact that I am somewhere in the world, and just through the internet you can send me an email and have another man aiding your self-improvements. How powerful is that? Imagine that self-improvement is literally just how much of the world you get to enjoy, how much of life you get to enjoy with your mental health, with physical health, with wealth, with success, with women. Imagine that you now have another guy who is helping you with yours. And that's why I think, quick, you know, plug, I think that the coaching service that I offer is actually very, very beneficial, because you literally get to have a guy who's 100% committed to your self-improvement. That every single week we're doing a call, and I'm teaching you just everything that I can that would help your life. And I'm even going in depth about like the psychological mindset that you need that will just reframe the way that you look at some problems. When I say the right words, when I say it right, it's like it clicks, and the student who I'm talking to, they're like, oh, wait, yeah, I can do that. And then the next day they've done it, and for the first time in a while, they're actually productive, they're actually exercising, they've been meditating 30 days in a row. I think that is so powerful. There's a few reminders, some general pieces of advice that I think 100% of the people watching this would benefit from. The first is, again, I want to remind you the importance of reading. I cannot believe I didn't read for most of my life. I can't express how much I feel like I missed out, and also how grateful I am to have begun consistently reading productive books, because maybe it's something that someone watching this who's not into reading, it's like you won't be able to grasp it up until you feel how I feel. And then when you do feel how I feel, you'll be telling other people, you'll be looking at people like, how and why do you not read? That's so weird that you don't want this knowledge in your mind, because knowledge is power. It sounds cliche, it sounds cringy, but knowledge is power. Education is so important. Your level of education in your brain determines how much success you can get in anything. Because let me give you the example that I've been recently recently talking about a lot, which is attracting women. Imagine you didn't ever watch a video on attracting women. You were just doing it by your natural impulse, which is what's been conditioned to you through school and society and media. And so you're terrible with women. Of course you're going to be terrible because you've been spoon-fed this shitty advice that doesn't even work. And then that is the level of education that's giving you terrible results. But then you hear one little snippet, some piece of gold that you heard from me, and you're like, wait, that actually seems like it would make sense. Then you try it and it works. The level of education you had in your brain has slightly increased, and the success you've got in life slightly increased. Imagine this with fitness. You're shit at fitness, you don't know about exercise. You watch the one video online that teaches you how to do the push-up properly. And one thing the guy said stuck out to you, like, oh yeah, make sure your shoulders are really far back. You're thinking like, well, why, whatever, but I'll try it. You try it and you're like, wait, I actually feel my chest for the first time in a while. There you go. That level of education increased your success. And trust me when I say that YouTube, that anything cannot compare to books. Just reading in general is so powerful that is how you increase your potential. I'm seeing results in my business, this project, this YouTube account, my coaching, simply because of the things that I've read that conditioned my mind. It increased my education to the level that now I'm seeing similar results. You probably understand the quote, you are the middle of the 5 people you spend most time with, right? Imagine if you could make those 5 people millionaires, productivity geniuses, people who have been meditating for 30 years. When you read a book and you're spending 2-3 hours a day reading a book, that author becomes one of the 5 people that you're spending most of your time with. You literally get more like the author. Now, I've been reading a book called Unscripted by MJ DeMarco. If you're one of my coaching clients, I mention this book all the time. Each and every time I'm spending 2 hours reading this book, I'm becoming more like this millionaire entrepreneur who's retired at age 30. And the value that I'm getting from this book, the way that he's gave me the framework of a successful business, and I can literally use like the framework to identify the weak points in my business. It is crazy. That means more success in my life just because I just spent some time reading on my Kindle. I mentioned this in the video I made about reading, that my success is linearly correlated with what I've read and how much I've read. This channel's success, you've seen the growth has been pretty fast compared to most other channels, it is consistent with how much I read and how much I understood about value. And this channel's success, boys, it hasn't exactly blown up like the YouTube algorithm can, just like the YouTube algorithm can really help with that, but it hasn't even gave me that huge blow up yet. It's just been consistent growth. Like I haven't blown up my channel at all. It's literally been 150 subscribers each and every month, watch time and views. Obviously this is like vanity metrics that isn't exactly so powerful because what you really just want is true fans. But I understand that as long as the value I put out is good enough, the views, the subscribers and stuff, that's a pretty good indicator of increasing true fans, which it seems to be because more and more people are emailing me, more and more people are messaging me and saying that I've truly changed their lives. I've mentioned, maybe I haven't released this video, but I've mentioned in a different video that I've recorded that my mission, my purpose is to first maximize my self-improvement, is to reach my potential and then bestow that wisdom onto you guys. And what I realized, I had like a visualization, you could call it, where I could imagine traveling the world. That's, it's cliche, but I don't exactly want to travel the world, but I want to live in as many different countries as possible. Because, quick personal note about me, I find it weird how people who are in their 20s who have never lived in a different country just decide to buy a house in the same country that they grew up and then just stay there their entire lives. For me, my kind of life plan was already set when I was 12 years old, making shitty Minecraft videos. I saw that you can make some money from YouTube and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to be a YouTuber who lives in many, many different countries, and I'm eventually going to find one that I like more than the UK. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using what you see here, this channel, this self-improvement. I'm going to be using self-improvement to take me around the world. Just mainly because, I get to enjoy life as much as possible and stuff, but that's going to show you guys what self-improvement can do. I'm going to show you when you commit to self-improvement, when you commit to the delayed gratification, the hard work, the productiveness, the mental health, the self-care, what results you can get. I aim to set a fantastic example to you guys. I think what I want in terms of my life plan is to be mindful and to be grateful of as many beautiful experiences as possible. And I think taking self-improvement, taking this little project that I started in my dining room around the world is going to do that for me. I'm going to use self-improvement to take me around the world, and I'm going to show you guys that it's possible, that you can literally go around the world. You can essentially do what you want when you commit to self-improvement. And the very short version of what I'm doing is just working hard. But I don't exactly agree with that, because working hard and self-improvement I think are kind of separate, because self-improvement also entails essentially working hard, working smart on your mental health, on self-care, because self-improvement hits it from all angles. It's like working hard, working smart, but also on your mental health, on your self-care, on your productivity, on your relationships. And I think that is far better than just working hard, because I don't want to be the businessman who's doing the 14-hour days. I want each and every day to be similar to my timetable, which, here's a picture of it. It promotes today feeling like I'm already living the dream, where, you know, today's hard work shift is a coaching call and probably about 2 to 3 hours of YouTube work, and the rest of the time you can see that I'm doing a lot of learning, a lot of like exercising, a lot of stuff that gives me fulfillment. This brings us back to the importance of books and reading. What I learned was that I think the best way to set your day for, you know, a high performance day of action is not to do the 14-hour work day that a lot of guys I'm talking to think that that's the best way. No. You get severely detrimental results after working for a few hours. And I think the best case is to follow Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Work Week example, which is to focus on the 20% of actions, the 20% that gives you the most rewarding 80% of the rewards. Imagine I had 10 hours a day to do YouTube. Okay, I would record for a few hours, I'd edit and stuff, okay? But for a lot of the time of the 10 hours, I'd be just essentially masturbating. I'd be doing mental masturbation. I'd be looking through YouTube analytics like some fucking YouTubers do. Like, oh, looks interesting. Like, what percentage who cares, bro? That isn't you being effective. That isn't you being efficient. It's just you feeling busy because you feel like you want to be productive. And that's so detrimental, because you might say, but there's some benefit to that. There probably is. But that's so detrimental when you compare it to then taking that time and putting that time into something else that you can get 20% of 80% of results. Spend 3 hours a day on YouTube and instead spend a couple hours, like 1 hour, meditating to get most of the results from meditation. Spend 1 hour a day on reading. This way I've diversified my efforts so that I'm hitting life, I'm progressing in all areas. I think that this is the way, because I feel like I've won already. I literally feel like I'm at the end point right now and I'm only getting started, but I can't really imagine, like my timetable honestly can't really get better than this, which means that my day can't really get better than this. The only upside would be, okay, if I lived in like a nice warm country and once or twice a week I did something, you know, like socially exciting, that's it. But what I'm doing when I'm spending my time in the day, I feel like I'm winning already. I don't know, is that me just showing off or something? I don't know, but I think that's because of the self-improvement, because I've done so much learning, so much reading. I've took, you know, courses on happiness, and that is what I identified was the winning of life is happiness. It's not to make a million. It is to just be happy as much as possible, to be mindful and grateful of as many experiences as possible. I feel like I'm already there. Amazing, bro. There's a term that I wanted to teach you. This is like completely separate from the video, but I don't give a fuck. There's a term that I wanted to teach you. It's called productocracy. I have it spelt on screen. It's a term used by MJ DeMarco in that book, Unscripted. I mention this book all the time. This is in the middle of the entrepreneurship success framework, that everything that we're doing, if you're into entrepreneurship, you're into like, you know, maximizing your wealth and shit, this is in the middle. And it pretty much means that the value that you give is so good that you don't even need to advertise, you don't even need to market. The value that you give is so good that your product or your service sells itself because other people sell it for you. Imagine if my coaching was so efficient, so effective, it was so good that each and every person that I coached went and told 10 people and they all signed up. Then those 10 people went and told 100 people and they all signed up. That is like the ultimate stage. If you're into business, that's what you want to reach, a productocracy, where what you give, the value you give is so good that other people sell it for you, like for free. It's like free marketing through word of mouth. It made me think of the Science of Well-Being course. I'll have like a little picture of it on screen. It's on Coursera. It's for free. I've mentioned this course probably 5 to 10 times on my videos, and to another 5 students I've had on coaching. That is a productocracy. Laurie Santos, the woman who made the course, she hasn't paid. She isn't on YouTube adverts trying to sell you the course. She made the course, and it's so good, it's so full of value that people like me are essentially selling it for her. I don't really know about the ins and outs of how much money you make from Coursera, but because it's the most popular course on that website, I'm assuming that she's a multi-millionaire because of it. If you wanted a bit of business education, that's like a little bit of something I felt like talking about, is productocracy. If you're making any kind of business, any service, anything you're trying to sell, make it so good that other people start selling it for you. That is the ultimate milestone that you want to go for. And I feel like that relates to this lone wolf, this YouTube channel that I'm building, because if I can achieve this productocracy, if I can achieve that this greatness, this much value that I can provide to you guys, that eventually you guys start spreading this for me. Like right now I make the video, and for a lot of the videos, I will then go and share it to Reddit. It's on the dopamine detoxing page and on videos and stuff. That's usually where I get most of the new people who come and join us. More and more I'm seeing in the comments, and I'm hearing from people I speak to, that people are sharing my videos to their friends, to their family. People are tweeting my videos. That's the productocracy. How the f do you say that word, bro? What I'm doing, the value I'm giving out is so good to someone that they think, wait, other people need to see this. This is how things explode in virality. This is how you get like viral. This is how the YouTube algorithm favors you. So that is the word of the day. That is the milestone I'm trying to reach. And it's such a good milestone because it's not me trying to say, you know, I want money, I want subscribers. It's literally me saying, I want the content that I put out, the help that I try and give you guys, to be so good that it changes your life so much that you actually feel like you must go and share it to other people, that, you know, this would help your friend, this would help your brother, your classmate, whatever. That's my goal with this. And I feel like it's kind of started already, because I'm seeing people who have shared these videos and who are really telling me that it's changed their lives, which is insane because I've only been doing this for a couple of months. Life's good, boys. Life is good. What else can I blab on about? Because we already know, everyone's clicked off the video now, so only the boys who I can speak unfiltered to have remained. What else do you want to know about me? I've been talking about women a lot in the videos, which I haven't done previously because my family watch my videos, even my family in Pakistan. And so I have never wanted to talk about sex and relationships and stuff. No fap and all that. I didn't want to talk about that when I first started the channel. But recently, after coaching a few guys, after getting a bunch of emails, I realized that pretty much the one common pain point that you're all experiencing is a lack of intimacy, a lack of women in your life. So far, only one guy I've coached doesn't have this problem because he's married. And apart from that, pretty much every other guy wants some kind of help in relation to either getting more women, attracting women, or, you know, getting them to behave how they want. And so I've been speaking about that more. And the videos that I've spoke about sex and relationships, they've actually done really well. So I think that's something I'm probably going to be keeping in. I feel like I've got a lot to teach about that because your boy's somewhat of an expert. He's been doing a lot of TRP reading and implementation. It's been kind of dry over COVID though. Only one girl recently. Since we're in the unfiltered section, I'll just be honest because I know you guys won't judge me. I usually keep like a rotation of like 3 to 4 girls spinning at once, but right now I've only got one, but she's a nice girl, so that's all right. The importance of reading, once again, How to Win Friends and Influence People, using the principles from that book. This girl, she thinks like I'm some kind of social god, and I went to her parents' house and spoke to her mum and just like took an interest in what her mum was saying, the stories that she was saying, and they literally think of me, like they think highly of me in the sense that they think that I've got incredible social skills, that I'm so polite, that I'm such a good listener. They actually said that I'm such a good conversationalist, and I literally spoke like 10 words in the conversation. All I did was take an interest in her, because, you know, this is the mindset frame that How to Win Friends and Influence People actually got me, is that I started looking at people like there's actually so much interesting things that they're saying. I've got to stop being the talker. And suddenly when you stop being the talker, it's like you get so much more out of conversations than just you saying the thing that that you already knew. It's like I'm learning new things and people just like you more. And so I'm getting so much more social rewards because of something I've read. Life's good. Life is pretty damn good right now. I feel like I've blabbed on enough. If you're one of the boys who watch the unrestricted, unfiltered section, you can send me, you can comment, or you can email me or message me if you've got me on WhatsApp and give me some points to talk about in the next unfiltered section. I'm going to start doing these more. If you don't really know what I'm talking about, in my older videos, after about 20 minutes in the video, I would just stop talking about the video title and then just speak as if, I'm speaking to my friends, because by this point in the video, everyone has clicked off apart from the boys. And so we just speak about deep shit that I wouldn't exactly, say in the formal part of the video. But I feel like I've talked about everything that I had to talk about. So if you want to give me some suggestions, then let me know somehow. Just get in touch. But don't bait it out though. Don't be a dumbass and comment, hey Hamza, for the next unfiltered video section that starts at 15, 20, don't do that, bro. Because I don't want people who don't watch this far to realize that they're missing out. It's just, if you are going to watch this far, this is what you get to see. You get to see the unfiltered section. Reduce instant gratification, increase delayed gratification. You know what it is. I could do the post notifications, coaching, newsletter. Click on the video if you want to do the thing. I mean, to be honest, what I've mentioned a few times, especially because it ties in with the lone wolf thing, is this video right now, 3 steps to making friends. I highly recommend you watch that video. Take care.